see with this light. Okay, you've got some cut for sews for the, okay. All right. So thanks for the thumbs up already, guys. So I am cutting, as my thing says, and pardon the face, this is my Monday look, guys. No meetings, no face-to-face meetings, no too much interaction on a Monday, so I just didn't care the way I look today. Anyway, so this is what we're gonna cut, and thank you first of all, thank you so much for Linds for letting me do this. I reached out to her this morning and she got right back to me, and I greatly appreciate that. Most everybody knows what the Siah Sidekick is. She brought this out in 2024, named after, of course, Siah, our Siah that we watch on YouTube, most everybody. So we're going to cut out two. I'm going to try to get through both of them tonight. We're going to cut one full one and then get to High Delphina and then get to the other one if we've got time. I'm going to probably only be here about an hour and a half. My husband thinks 3 hours, but I'm going to say, man, my hair really looks bad. But I'm truly going to limit it to an hour and a half. So we're going to see what we can get done in an hour and a half time. I got to do a couple little pattern piece coverages so we don't show pieces, because Lindsay does have her pattern measurements, the measurements on all her pattern pieces. Even though some of them get, you know, the cuts and whatnot, she still has the general pattern sizes. So I need to do real quick, I have something that I could use to cover those up, so that way we don't get sneaky peeks at it. We do not want to, especially since she's letting me do this, we definitely do not want to give away anything on her patterns, as well as you know, people. And after she's and I when she said that, I thought to myself, you know, you shouldn't think about it. Yeah, people can be pretty dishonest. And I've been seeing a lot on Facebook. Hi, Sabrina. I've been seeing a lot on Facebook where pattern designers are getting their patterns stolen and resold by other people. Way back in the day, in the, was it the 80s or the 90s? Late 80s, early 90s. I worked for the fraud department at a bank. I worked actually in the ATM department. I'm talking real quick while I cover these measurements up. Anyways, I'm just using some washi tape in case anybody wonders. I'm just using some washi tape. That way I can peel it off without tearing into the pattern. But anyways, back in the day, I worked at the fraud department of an ATM department. Fraud, yes. And anyways, and this was before a lot of the, should I word this? When I left that department, they were just coming out with allowing stamps being sold in an ATM machine. I mean, it's amazing what they do in the ATM machines, can do what the ATM machines can do now. Like the chip thing, I can do, you know, with my card, I can just wave the chip and I don't even have to put it in the machine. Anyway, so when somebody did something dishonest in an ATM, I would get the phone call and I had to report it, or, you know, do what I needed to do, research it, figure it out, whatever. So anyways, I'm trying really fast to get this done. So couple of the things that people would do, back in the day, when you made a deposit, you got $100 immediately available in your deposit. And people would put anything and everything in a machine. When they figured out that they couldn't, when they didn't have a check and they figured out that if they did deposit a check or deposit anything, because we put them in envelopes, they would start putting anything in an envelope. Lynn Diana. Guys are funny. Anyways, so we had somebody take, it was like a cardboard piece that had, it was, what did they tell me? Because we used to have, Brinks used to service a couple of our offsite machines, and they would call it in, and they would, someone had stuck a cardboard piece in the envelope to an underwear, to ladies underwear, I think it's what she told me. Yeah, because the envelopes would punch holes in them, because what people would do is stick envelopes in the machine and not put anything in it, but the machine knew an envelope was put in, so you got that $100 back. Again, this was before all of the sensors and all of the stuff, the cameras, vision. Now you don't even need envelopes when you put money in a machine. Anyway, so we, they would call in empty envelopes. So they would call it in, say this was an empty. So we, you know, of course, had to do all the transactions and back it out. And then, of course, that person took their $100. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff. Talking about fraud. In case anybody gets here and wants to know what in the heck I'm talking about, I'm talking about fraud and people, and that's why I'm covering up all the measurements just in case. We don't want to take any risks. I will lower. You won't have to look at my face much longer. I wanted to show you. And Delphina, you've never made a Siah swag, a Siah Sidekick yet. Oh my gosh. So, this is my Siah Sidekick. My daughter has one as well. I made one for my daughter. This is what I made. I think it was what, last year when the pattern first came out. I think it was early 2025. Kasai's Patreon did the Sidekick, and that's when I made mine. I think it was early 2025, a year and a half ago. And I wasn't going to make one, but then we did it in the Patreon group, and I absolutely love this. My daughter fell in love with it, so I made one for her. She's using it now, so it's got all her junk in it, so I didn't want to lug that thing down here. But right now, I don't have a need for mine, so mine's empty. But it looks difficult. It's not. Honestly, I did not have any issues. Now, and this is Tulip Bee Signature Smooth, so this isn't like, you know, real thin stuff. Now, this is her Timeless Tones, is what this is. I quilted this and I did this at the last minute. It's, you know, it's not ginormous. It's not as big as some of the backpacks are. Oh my gosh, I just found pills in mine. I just found one of my Glamip right in there. That's funny. So anyways, it's, I'll give you the measurements. It's 11 inches tall, 11 inches wide, 11 and a half inches tall, and then 5.5 inches deep. But you can zip it up to make it look a little more compact. But of course, when you cram it full of stuff, but it has a knot. Now I put a snap here. This is my thing here. It's written without the snap, but I like the snap to keep that closed, because when I'm putting something in there, I don't want it to get hung up on the pocket. But it's got that little side pocket there, nice little puffy pocket. And then the other side is a water bottle pocket, where you can fit like one of these bottles. And actually you could fit a larger bottle in there. So this is one of those 16.9 fluid ounce bottles. It fits in there really nice, and you actually got plenty of room to put something a little wider in there. And it's got a zipper pocket, and I chose to put my zipper pocket on the front because the back also has a zipper pocket, and it's a side zipper pocket. I'm thinking of making my zipper pockets in the back. I don't know if I want to go at the top or if I want to keep it on the side. I don't know. I can't decide. But anyways, I was going to say with this one, I had done Decoville Light on it. Then I decided at the last minute that I wanted to quilt it. So this not only has just Decoville Light, this has foam and Decoville Light in it. And it's still, I mean, it feels really, really good. The corner, my stitches did pull a little bit, but I really honestly didn't have problems. Now I will do this, I will sew this up on a live. I will of course have a lot of prep work done beforehand because this does take a minute to sew, but I'll have like one of these side panels done. I'll have probably the flap done because, I mean, a flap's a flap, honestly. I'll probably have this started, like the back started, things like that. I'll have like one of each done where there's doubles. But anyway, yeah. The only difference, except for in case I do a top zipper pocket, I'm not sure about that. I'll think about that. I'll figure it out before I sew it. But the only other difference that I'm changing on this bag is I'm using an 1.5 inch strap. Her pattern calls for a 1 inch webbing. But you still can use 1 inch rec rings on the sides because you're just snapping into it. So a 1.5 inch webbing is very doable on this bag. I did stick with a 1 inch grab handle webbing. I had some of that, so I just found something that looked close to what I was doing. Other than that, everything's going to stay the same. But this is my, oh, the turn lock. I did, I think hers is snapped on in her pattern. I'm doing the turn locks, the 1.5 inch turn locks. I like that much better. My daughter, I did a, I wish I had it, but it's it's at the, you know, 2nd floor, and I'm not riding 2 flights of stairs to get it. But I had a buckle I wanted to try, so I did hers with a buckle. So I did a strap. I ran a strap up and then went a strap down and then a buckle. I kind of wish I'd have done this, but she's not a, how would I say, she's not a closure girl kind of purse. She's not one of these people that has to close her bag. She literally leaves this thing open all the time. I mean, and she has it crammed full of stuff, and she keeps it flapped. Never covers, never snaps it closed. So, and her purses, she's the same way with her purses. So, yeah. Oh, and then I did a pretty bottom on this one. I really went all out. And this is mine. Again, this is my bag that I'm keeping. So, I really like it. All right. Let's get going on this. So she does give you little things to do your pattern pieces with. I probably won't do that. I'll probably just clip it to the pattern pieces. I'll probably just clip it and maybe use these as a little reference later on to make sure, you know, but I'm going to use the pattern pieces and the checkoff sheet to make sure all of my pieces are done. So I'm going to show you what I'm making. Again, I'm making 2. They're gifts. I'll say it in case I don't know if they're going to be watching. Sometimes they chime in. But I'm making my sister, both of my sisters, a Siah Sidekick. One asked for one. She's seen Cassie's. Cassie was carrying hers around, and she's seen Cassie's, and she's like, how much would you charge me if you made me one of those? You know, and that that was when Mom was in her last days. So of course we were just chit-chatting, and of course thing got away from us, so I never got back to her. And I thought, you know, I'm moving, I'm gonna make her one. I'm just gonna make her one as a yeah, I like the turn lock too. I really like the turn lock on a lot of bags like that. But anyways, so I thought I'm just gonna make her one since I'm moving away. I am going to make her one. Then I thought, well, I have another sister and she likes backpacks too. She don't carry them all the time, but I'm making my younger sister one. I'm the middle of 3 girls. I'm making one for the older and one for the younger. 2 completely different style of bags because, well, they're two completely type of people. So number 1, this one I'm set with. I know exactly what I'm doing because this is my sister. So I ordered this. This was a pre-order from Iris Textiles. Pre-quilted. I don't have to do anything. It's got the foam, nice foam lining, and it's pre-quilted. And I think this is probably, I don't even think that's an inch. Let's see how close these stitches are. Nope, it's a 1 inch. Pretty close to 1 inch. Maybe, if you know you're gonna do really 7/8. I cannot stand looking at myself. Anyways, so this is gonna be the base, the front and the back, and on the bottom. Man, I don't know, I might do the bottom. I'm not sure gonna do, definitely the front and the back for my older sister, the one that wanted one. She already has a red and black purse that I made her, the Siah crossbody. Similar, it's not quilted, but she does have a red and black purse, a red and black wallet from me. Yeah, this is my first pre-quilted, and what's funny with this is when I did the pre-order with Iris Textiles, the reason I pre-ordered was because of this. Oh, it's gorgeous. This is what why I pre-ordered from her. I seen this and I wanted something different and something new, and I just thought this was beautiful. And so while I was on her, looking through her pre-order stuff, because you know, I didn't want to order just one thing and pay shipping for one item. And I seen this, and this was before, this was back in March. And some of the pre-quilted stuff was just coming out at the time. So I ordered this, totally forgot that I had add this to the order. So, and I am actually very, very happy with it because I like the stitching. It looks good. I mean, it is real pre-quilted. It is not embossed at all. And it's very nice lining, very nice. And it's very firm. I don't have to do any interfacing at all for this. So this is ready to go. All right, enough of that. My flat and my sides. Probably the bottom, I'm not sure. This is my Tulip Bee Faux Real Black. I think, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like. So this is that. And then of course I needed the little peekaboo side part. I need something for this because of course I have to make it something different. Oh, I'm not gonna use this. I just realized. So the sides are gonna be black. So I don't want, yes, that's right. Poof. Never mind. So the side is gonna be this pebbled maraschino from Tulip Bee. This is what I made my little Celine with. The little red Celine is the pebbled faux real. So I'm gonna use this. This is, even though it's a faux real, it's not as, I don't wanna say stiff. It's got a different feel. The vinyl itself is a little softer. So I think this will be a real nice little peekaboo collar. Let's see. And that's gonna be, oh, and I'm using, I have black teeth. I have, my zipper tape is black with black teeth. I got this from Barb at Jeannie's Designs. That's where this tank came from. And of course, all black hardware for the rest. My straps for the back of it is gonna be this. It's the only thing I can find, and I think that still will look really nice. Even though there's no white or off-white in the exterior, I still think that'll work. And then I couldn't find something for 1 inch for the grab handle. And this is gonna just be like the little grab handle, and the little vinyl, the little webbing that comes out of here is gonna be this cute little stars. It's just cute. My sister will like it. She likes anything that's different, anything that stands out. So then we're gonna go to the younger sister. I don't think they'll chime in. If they see it, that's fine. I don't care if they find out before I give it to them. So let's get door sands out of the way. Oh, lining. Lining is going to be the Smoothie Smooth double white on black for this one. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Now Michelle Lynn. She's different. She's more neutral kind of gal. So I'm using the neutral florals for the flat, and the peekaboo sides is the neutral florals. The exterior front back and the base is going to be the butterscotch, signature smooth butterscotch, and this will not be quilted. I'm not going to quilt hers. Hers will be some smooth. Hers will be smoothie. I want to say smoothie smooth, but hers will be smooth. I think that will fit her personality a lot more if I just keep it smooth, keep it simple. However, I'm using nickel hardware on her bag, and I was trying to come up with a zipper, and I decided that this flower here is like a little bit, it's kind of a chalky blue. Well, I've got this beautiful blue that I think would look really good. It's just, it'll be on the inside as well as the exterior zipper. And yeah, the zipper's on the side, and then the back zipper. I think this will be really pretty. It'll give it a little pop of color. Every time I say that, I think of HGTV, when people, house hunters on HGTV. All right, so that's my zipper. I've got this real deep navy. It's going to be the grab handle, the 1-inch thing. However, there's one thing that I cannot figure out. I'm trying to find, there it is. I was trying to find my little rubber band. There's one thing that I cannot figure out what I want to do for the backpack straps. I have two options. Yeah, is this the one? Yeah. I don't think I'm going with this, but this is one of the options that I have. I don't know. I don't know if I like the blue to go with it. Hi, Sandra. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Oh, also too, if anybody's here that just found it because it's a Linds pattern, if you're not a subscriber, I would love for you to subscribe to me. My subscriptions have jumped over 1,200. Very excited about that. So I would love for you to subscribe and also give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. My next option for the strap on the backpack, which this is the one I like the most. This is the one I have on my Lyra crossbody that I use for myself. This is the strap. But this, I think this is the strap I really want to go with. But I need help. I think that's the one I want. Or see, I don't know. This doesn't, to me, the blue I think is going to be way off, even though it kind of matches that. See, it kind of matches that, but I'm liking this much better. What do y'all think? I like that one much better. So let me know. You don't have to tell me right this minute. So let me know. I'm going to get cutting. So like I said, I'm going to try to get one full one cut for the day, for the night. Not the blue. Okay, thanks. I'm not thinking the blue either. I was just trying, and I'm like, well, you know what? It's alive. I'm going to ask. Doesn't hurt to help to ask your friends. And also, I can't tell, you like the butterscotch strap too? Yeah, I think it looks so much better with this right here. It looks so much better. And it really kind of blends a little bit with the colors here. I love this strap. I got this off of Amazon, you guys. It's a thick strap, double-sided, thick. I don't remember what I paid for it. It's khaki. It's called khaki black, which it's really not black. It's more tan than anything. If anybody likes it, I'll put the description in it, in the thing. It's just, sometimes, you know, when you order webbing off of Amazon, I love buying it from my small business friends. I'd rather buy it from them. But I'm bad. I am guilty. Guilty. When I need something, I typically need it now. Like I had to order black hardware from Amazon for her bag, for my sister's bag. I didn't want to, but I had to. And it probably won't last for her because she's rough on a bag. That's where my daughter gets it from. She's rough on bags. But it's hit or miss with webbing on Amazon. Sometimes you get really good. Sometimes you get really thin, ribbon-like. And if you don't pay close attention to the pattern or to the wording, then yeah. Oh, and the lining on Michelle's bag, my neutral bag is going to be this beige, this smooth beige. It's a nice clean lining. I like that. And I think that'll work really well for her bag. I'm not one to mix flowers with flowers. I know I have the neutral floral that I could use to match the flap. I could, hold on, let's hold that thought. I know with the neutral, with the lining and the Siah Sidekick, I got to make sure I have like one long piece. I don't know. What do you think? Should I match my lining with the flap, which so it's not too much on the outside? I could do that. That would be nice. Or just use the plain bone. Maybe I'll do this instead, because this is going to be the flap and the little peekaboo, so it's not going to be overly done. Yes. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. All right, we're going to do the flower. All right, so Michelle's taken care of. All right, let's put this back in the, I'm going to put it away, because if I don't, it's going to lay around and I'll never get it put back. And I'm getting ready. What didn't sell from my big sale last week? Was that last? Has it? No, it hasn't been. Have I already worked a full week? I have. It's been so long ago that I was off work. I've done forgotten. All right, let's set this aside. Let's cut this one first. Let's see how. I'm interested to see how the stitching works. When I start cutting into it. I am interested. Okay. Hardware. Hardware, you're going to need an O-ring in the back. Oh, uh-oh, we're caught. The back, she has the straps, so you're going to need an inch. I think she says 1.25 inches. So you're going to need a nice O-ring on the back. Or gate ring, but gate rings don't come this big. Gate rings are usually smaller. So I definitely would use an O-ring. Unless you want to detach it, then I would find a large gate ring. Of course, rivets. And I think I put extra rivets in my back of my bag. And then of course, 1 inch. These are 1 inch. And then I went with 1.5 inches, of course, swivels. And then of course, like I said, the front closure. And if you don't use a snap, then use a clasp, something like that. And zipper pulls, 1, 2, 3, 4 zipper pulls. So, all right. Enough. All right, so let me get all this out of the way. Now, I'm going to lower the camera, but I'm going to try really hard. When I do like the standard measurements, I'm going to probably kind of cover it with my hand the best I can so we don't give away her squares and her rectangle measurements. All right, so we're going to cut the front and the back first. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. All right, I'm going to lower the camera, or tilt the camera actually. Well, I can lower it some, and then we're going to tilt. Y'all get the look at my mess. More mess in the back. It's messy. Guys, I have so much I have to do. Oh, I forgot to say. Now, I don't know the exact location that I'm moving to right now, but I can tell you I am moving out west. Some of you already knew because some of you guessed. But I've made all the family knows. So, oh, and I'm using caramel thread on the neutral. I love this caramel color. And I got to use lipstick red on this one. This is Kasai's lipstick red. That's beautiful. Come to California. Lindiana, that probably won't happen. I can tell you that. My husband is not, the taxes, my half brother lives in California, and the taxes out there are crazy. So yeah, my husband's not going to move to California, even though I would stay inland. If I did, I don't know that I would go towards the beach. It's too many people at the beach, or not the beach, but too many people. The cities are too big, and we're trying, even though we don't live in a big city, we do live in a larger metropolitan area. We want to go somewhere where it's smaller, less population. That is, so if I ever did California, it would be out in the middle of nowhere, California. All right. I am looking for my piece for the main body, and I think I have to, let me look real fast. Main body exterior. And I'm just cutting that out by size. Let me get my, oops, well, I've got it covered, but let me get my, looking for my checklist. There it is. Bingo. All right. So main body exterior. I can use, let's see. I can use this ruler, right? I think I need to go over, I think I have to use 2 rulers. Yeah, so I'm gonna need 2 rulers. And let me grab this ruler. Let me see. I gotta, yeah, see well, he's my brother, but technically he's my half brother, but he was born here in the Cincinnati area. Didn't know. I won't go into the whole story, but he didn't know he was born in Cincinnati. It's a very, very long story. Didn't realize that until he was older, when he had to get a birth certificate situation figured out. So anyways, his mother had some, I don't know. His mother was a piece of work. My dad was very young when all that happened. But anyway, so while he wasn't born there, he has spent almost his entire life in California. I think he was 2 when she left my dad. Yeah, he was around 2 years old when she left my dad. So he's been there since he was 2 years old. So that's the only memory he has. And my niece is buried out there. So he'll never leave the state of California. And I don't blame him, because that's where Cara Marie is buried. So he's got a place here that he bought on the Ohio River, and he stays, and he does that Airbnb. He rents it out Airbnb, and then they stay when they're here in town. They stay there, so which is good. I mean, because we kept trying to say move here, and he checked into trying to disinter her and bring her here. So if they moved here permanently, and that was going to cost an absolute fortune. So he's like, no, we'll just buy a place and come out and visit and have a place to stay, which is wonderful. And even with Dad gone, he comes out because he felt my mother was his mom. He felt the short time he knew my mom to him was his mother. Better, more of a mother to him than my own mother, his own mother was, even though she didn't meet her until he was at 45 years old. We searched for him for years. She moved around a lot, so my dad couldn't find her. Okay, all right, so let me do this. So we're gonna cut 2 of the main body panels. So let me count. So I need to do this, and then this is, make sure, yes, all right. I always get real nervous when I do this, like this. When I put 2 rollers together, it always makes me nervous. Because I don't feel like they're very sturdy, but I'm gonna do it. I've got a sharp blade. I just changed this blade last week, and I haven't cut much since last week, so. So far, so good. All right. I use my rulers. I don't always use my mat when I do this. I like to use my rulers than my mat. So I'm just going to size it down, get right to the right size here. It's cut nice. The I was worried that the stitching was going to come loose on the ends, like when we do it, because when we quilt the materials and stuff, we'll you know, back stitch it, but then you have to sometimes trim it down, and then your stitching gets loose. This is looking like it's pretty tight on the ends. I don't see any problems with my stitching coming really loose. It looks really nice, actually. Yes. Yeah, it was, yes, family is crazy, Lindiana. That is the truth. And he, when his mother passed away, he didn't even go to his own mom's funeral because he found out all the years she lied to him of who his father really was. He told Dad one story. She told my dad one story, and she told him another story. My dad didn't know that he didn't know he existed. He just thought, he just didn't know who his father was because his mom was that kind of a person. Can I say that? I did. I said it. His mom was that kind of a person. So anyway, I can talk about her. She's dead. And she was terrible. So there is my two main body pieces here. All right. I'm going to take this piece here, main body exterior, and I'm going to clip it so that way I know it's done. And then I'll just grab it and redo it. That's just so I know that that piece is taken care of. And let me go get my hair just got in my mouth. But I'll be closer to him. I mean, not as close as I was going to be, where I'm probably going to end up. I will, I think that's it on this piece. I think that's all I was going to do. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to just set this aside for right now. But I'll still be a little closer to him. I've never gone out to his house because I don't fly. I will now, but I've never flown before. So I've never have gone to his home. And that's sad. I've known him since, let's see, 45, 55, 65. I've known him for almost 25 years. We found him, since we found him. It's been almost 25 years since we found him, and I've never been out to his home. All right. I'm cutting the little peekaboo pieces, which, let me find it. This is what I want. Gotta keep my pattern picked up. And they're actually going to be the one that's going to help me when I get out there. Main body exterior. Okay. Help me look for a place when I go out there because my husband doesn't fly at all anymore. He stopped flying a long time ago. And so they're going to meet me out there. I'm going to fly by myself for the very first time. Main body. This is the side gusset peekaboo. It's kind of triangular. Well, without the point. So they're going to meet me out there, and they're going to be with me while I look for a place. And he's so much like my dad. For a man, I'm going to tell you what, genetics, you guys, it is just nothing to sneeze at. Why my dad did not raise him, and he didn't, he's so much like Dad. And the older he's gotten, he just turned 69. And when he was in town for Mom's funeral, he I swear, it's like talking to my father sometimes. I was telling Cherise, I was like, man, I said, I swear, I said, it's like talking to Dad sometimes when I talk to him. Not a bad thing. It's you just have to know my dad. He was funny. Dad was, my younger sister is the way she is because of my father. very dry. Dad was very dry. And he, very matter of fact. And when he would tell us how to do something, I made that comment in what video? Was I recording a video that yeah, it was one of the in the Celine video. I was saying thusly, and that was in honor of Dad, because I did some recording of it on Father's Day. And that Dad would always like, we do it thusly. It's done thusly. That's how we always say it. And we'd have to do things a certain way. It was funny. We'd have to sweep the kitchen floor a specific way. The weight-wise vinyl, there is, as far as the vinyl part of this, the actual vinyl is very thin on the quilted vinyl. You can see it's not, I think, to be honest with you, I think if this wasn't quilted, I don't know that I would particularly like this vinyl as much. Being it quilted, it does give it the strength, but it is a very, very thin vinyl, and it's got a fabric backing, but the vinyl itself is real thin. See that? But the pebbled is a faux real, and it is thicker. Have you ever gotten any of her faux real, Delphina? The faux real, I don't know how to measure it. I'm not good with that kind of stuff, with the weights of it. But this is actually, the vinyl itself is thicker, but when you put it together, that is probably true, Lindiana. A thinner vinyl, yeah. I'd say, yeah, they probably wouldn't use this, sell it separately if it wasn't. They probably made a thinner vinyl to do the quilting. But this, I wanted to use this for the little peekaboo part because it is a little thinner and softer. I do have faux real, smooth faux real, but this is a little more softer feel, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I know I don't make sense a lot, but anyway. All right, but yeah, Dad was, we'd have to sweep the kitchen floor. We hated it, but Dad had a method of how he swept the kitchen floor. We'd have to sweep it from the laundry, because the laundry room ran off the kitchen. Because it was, this house was built in the 60s, so there's a ranch built in the 60s, so the kitchen and the dining was all one big room, and then the laundry room ran off, and it was just, the house was like a circle. Anyways, and we'd have to start at the laundry room and then sweep toward, no, I'm sorry, I lied. We have to start from the front of the kitchen, between the kitchen and the living room, sweep towards the laundry room. And if we didn't sweep it that way, we'd have to re-sweep, because he didn't think the kitchen would get swept correctly. He was so funny. He was so OCD. My dad was an organized OCD person. I'm not going to lie. He was hilarious. Okay, so 2 side gusset peekaboos. If it's over 1, I would definitely recheck her website and see what she's got listed, Delphina. Is it because of the machine you use? Probably. If I sewed the actual faux reel on my domestic, I wouldn't go over 2 layers of the faux reel on my domestic. It will sew, but I wouldn't go over 2 layers. This one, I might actually, I don't know. I don't know if I would go 3 layers, more than 2 on this either. I mean, the vinyl itself is softer, so the needle would sink in better, but I would worry about skipping a stitch once you get going on my domestic. And my domestic is an L Experience. It's got a heavier engine. Okay, peekaboo. We're not getting very far, are we? I can't shut my mouth. I'm trying to find my bucket. There it is. Silly me. Okay. We're trying to get through this. And I'm trying to I got my camera tilted down and you guys notice I'm on my phone. I didn't have to use my tablet. Oops, I got this. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm laying it down and I shouldn't be. All right, so we got 2 accent fabric. She's got woven interfacing for the peekaboo. For my peekaboo, because it's a thicker, it's not a real thin vinyl, I'm not going to interface the faux reel for the peekaboo. Only because it's faux reel and it's a little thicker. I don't feel I need the woven interfacing because it's not going to be tugs, you know. It's not like the major part of the bag. It's basically what it is. It's a peekaboo part. It's not going to be, you know, structurally needed. Let's see. Okay, so stabilizer. We're not going to do stabilizer. Bottom base. All right, let's move on to the black. And then let me go back to make sure I don't need anything else. All right. I love this maraschino faux reel, pebbled. I love the pebbled faux reel, you guys. Oh, I love this. I wish I could buy more right now, but I can't because I can't pack it with me. Can't take it with me. I got a lot to, whoops, that's coming off. I got a lot to get rid of. A lot more. I'm getting ready to box up all my leftovers and put it on Facebook Marketplace. That's what I got to do this weekend. Oh, and hope I can get rid of it. I had this show this weekend, you guys. Yes, Lindy, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous red. Yeah, I had a last minute show this weekend. I signed up for it like a couple weeks ago. And it was in a smaller town. I mean, I didn't expect great things, but I also did a discount on my stuff. I mean, I already have my stuff priced way too low. And then I did a discount. It was not a good sale day for me at all. I mean, at all. I mean, it's just so depressing that, I mean, all of my sales were to other vendors. Honestly. Not one oh, I get compliments. Oh, I get raving compliments about my stuff. But yeah, even with the discount. And it's just like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I can't figure it out. I'm sure it has a lot to do with the area. I mean, I was like asking my husband Saturday night, I'm like, should I just sell my sewing machine, my industrial, go back to sewing with fabrics or lightweight vinyls and just be done with it? Honestly, I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, top anchor, I'm going to use the black. I think my anchors are going to be black because that's going to be against this, and it's stronger versus using this. Well, it's still faux real, but I'm going to do that my anchors because it's black going against the red. I want that contrast, and I know she would like it. So let's see. Ooh, will that work? Let's see. How thick is this? I don't think this is thick enough. Let me look at my measurement since I have to be like Susan. Okay, let me look real fast off to the side. Nope. All right, so I'm going to cut it out of this. Yeah, and I know that has a lot to do with it too. It does. So it's, yeah, I just don't know if I want to, but I love making bags so much. It's either give away everything I make. Can't afford to do that. Who can afford to do that? Just getting my measurement again. Top anchors. What I'm cutting is top anchor. Okay, so I've got to try to do this and hide, because we've got people out there that just wait. Just wait till they get it, right? And this thing has been dropped on the floor so many times. I've had it for so long. Let me get my tape out of the way. I try not to use this one too much, but Sometimes. I have a ginormous one. I don't know. Oh, that's not straight. Okay. So let's do it that way. Make sure we're straight enough. I think we just got just enough. Yeah. Just got to be careful in that corner because there is no corner. Oh, let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this. That's what I want right there. Yeah, it's, I don't know. Because then I sit there and I think, you know, Lindy, I think about that. I'm thinking, you know, I know the economy's not great. Gas prices are crazy. And I know in California, they're even crazier. I watched this travel guy he's been driving through California. And I look at the prices of gas. When he stops and gets gas, I'm like, ah! I get upset over $3.50. I have actually been in California, just on the very far western side of California. We had to stop and get gas out in the middle of nowhere, desert part. And I just need one of these. So this is the top anchor. I almost cut two because I can't shut my mouth. Quilt the base bottom. You know what I could do? I could do, instead of, I could do like this. Do like the little decoration around it. I think that would be nice. Rather than fully quilt it like that, I can do that kind of thing on the bottom. With my red thread. Woo-wee. That would be nice. I remembered where the little bucket was. Okay. We're getting there. What time is it? 7:53. 7:53. I got to get used to a whole new time zone. I'm very excited, you guys. I hate leaving my kids. I really do. I mean, my kids are adults, grown adults. They're adults. I won't give my daughter's age, but I was 20 when I had her, and I just turned 20 when I had her, and I turned 61. So I'm not going to say how old my daughter's going to be in 2 weeks. But anyways, top anchor. Let's cross that out on the list. So we did the side gusset, peekaboo. Okay, so we need to do the side gusset and the bottom base. We need to do that out of the black, and the bottom strap anchor. So that, we're going to cut this little funny looking guy. Oh, the flap is black too, isn't it? Ooh, okay, that's fine. Because I think the statement piece that, oh, I don't think I can set this way. I think the statement of the bag is going to be the red, so I can throw that black in there and it'll still look nice. Okay, so I need two of these little funny looking things. They look like little legs. Or, right, kind of reminds me of, not that I really watched the later years of it, or think of, is it Star Wars? Yeah. I think I watched, I seen the OG Star Wars because, well, that was the 70s. And I think I watched one or two after that. But, is it Star Wars? Yeah. But, so on the, you know, when you see videos of it and stuff, or commercials for it, that kind of reminds me of them things that had the big long legs, that this flat tops. That's what, I don't know what they're called. But that's what this reminds me of. It's so funny looking. Oof, don't cut into the pattern piece. There we go. But yeah, it was a bad show. The lady who hosted it, she's just starting to host shows. She's a crafter, and she is new to hosting shows, so I will not badmouth her. She's a very nice lady. This is new for her, a new venture for her. So And the lady who made the comment, she didn't badmouth her specifically, but you know, when you go to a new venue and you know it's a newer, I guess maybe this person didn't know it was a newer venue, I don't know, and wasn't familiar with the area. I am. You know not to expect great things, and I didn't expect, you know, bang 'em up sales, but I didn't expect what I did. That's the truth. It reminds you of it. Ooh, that's a good point. Ouch, that makes me hurt. Girl at work just had a toothache, and she had to go get, she was in like a misery at work, the poor thing. Last Thursday, she was absolute misery. She's like, I have got to go to the dentist. And I'm like, she was talking about her tooth and how bad it was hurting. And I'm like, I have PTSD on teeth because I had to have a root canal. I don't know how long it's been, 5 or so years ago. And that tooth still bothers me, even though I had a root canal. The crown bothers me every now and again. But yeah, I had to have a root canal and I have a crown on a tooth. But I also had, I don't know if it was ever really diagnosed as TMJ, but when I was younger, in my 20s, I'd have such bad facial pain that I took so much aspirin at one time that it caused, I did a blood vessel in my eye, and so I walked around with red popped blood vessel in my eye, and it would just, the pain, just, oh my gosh, it was awful. And then I had a tooth pulled and it went away. And it wasn't, the tooth wasn't bad. It just, I think it was because my sister had TMJ and she had some teeth pulled, and that relieved her jaw pain. So, and that was her fix because she couldn't afford to have all the other stuff done. So there's that. And I'll peek, and like I said, this little, and then this will peek through it here. That would be cute, right? So this will be the little peekaboo part, like that. That's neat. All right. Now we just need to get it together. All right. So there's one, the little legs. And let's see if I can do this. Oh, I can. I can use that little funny piece. I got it. Let me put my camera down a little more. I know I've got, don't forget to get, oh yes, thank you, Delphine. I appreciate it. And I appreciate anybody who's here. Just a side note, and I always forget to mention this. I do have, and I don't have it in my description right now, but I can put it in there. I did sign up for that buy me a coffee thing, and I think it's the KOFI one. I think that's the one. Because I'm still not getting anything. I don't understand YouTube's reimbursement thing. I know people can do super chat with me. I don't really like that a whole lot. I mean, but they can do super chat and something else. Oh, and if I recommend a product and they have like a kickback on YouTube, like the little butterfly vinyl I used, if anybody goes to that person's Etsy page and buys something using that link, I get like 3%, something like that. I can do that now. But actual YouTube revenue, I don't actually get that right now. So I don't know how that works. And I just don't understand it. Honestly, I just don't understand it. So anyway, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine. I would like it because I would love to get an actual camera to use instead of my phone. But I need a laptop more than I need a camera. I'm not going to lie. Especially since I dropped and cracked my screen on my laptop, and every now and again it goes bonkers on me. And I have to keep a laptop because when I print patterns, I have to print my patterns from a laptop. I cannot print patterns from a tablet or a phone, or they do not print the right size. So I have to have a laptop. And I figure if I'm going to buy a laptop, and since I do YouTube videos, it would be nice to have a Mac, because the editing a video is so much easier on a Mac. Not gonna lie. I mean, I can do it on my HP, but and I'm probably will end up having to buy another HP because I don't know that I can ever afford a Mac. Especially since I'm moving out west, because it costs more to live out there. But I figure it's just me and my husband. We don't eat much. We don't go anywhere. I don't hardly ever buy gas anymore because I'm at home all the time. And now I don't even get to go see my mom. That was a little bit of extra gas money. And I would love to spend extra gas money to go see my mom, but that's not going to happen. I could spend extra gas money and go visit her grave, which I will be doing that probably in the next couple weeks. I need to get out there, check flowers and stuff. But, and that's further drive than where she lived. That's like an hour and a half drive from here instead of an hour. All right, I got my legs cut out. 8 o'clock. The new color ones. Oh, the new ones are? I have seen something on MacBooks. I've not researched them a whole lot, but I have seen something on MacBooks about prices. Is that which one, Lindy? Is that what you're talking about? That's the cheap ones are the new color ones. Because I did a real quick look one time, and it's been several months ago. So, we are cutting now the bottom strap anchor, and what she has you do on the bottom strap. I cannot talk. It's like trying to talk in a meeting at work today. The bottom strap anchor is one piece, and then you cut it diagonal like a half square triangle type of deal. That's what it reminds me of. So you're going to cut one. I've got it covered so you can't see the side, but you just cut a square and then cut it in half. I'm just going to cut the square. I'm not going to cut it in half yet, because I'm going to throw a little bit of interfacing on it. And I think if I do that, I think I might just do it all. And even though the interfacing will touch that edge, I think it'll be fine as far as bulkiness, because it'll get folded here, and this won't be too much for me, that is. Now, if you have a domestic, definitely do not do it. All right, I need to get my measurement. Since I got it covered up, I can't even see it. I need to get my little pen, wipeable pen. Where's my little thing at? I've got so much stuff on this desk. It's not even funny. I gotta figure out how to take my stuff with me, you guys. I'll tell you what I'm doing. It's crazy. This whole thing I'm doing, moving out west, is crazy. I've never ever done anything so crazy in my entire life. I'm looking for the measurement real quick. What's it called again? Bottom strap anchor. Bottom strap anchor. There it is. Okay. Anyways, I'm trying to keep my measurements away a little bit. So I've never done the craziest thing I've ever done in my life, and I guess you can call it crazy, is marrying my husband after only knowing him for 4 months. Okay, I know nobody. I don't think anybody knew that. So we only knew each other for 4 months when we got married. We were 19 years old. Like I said, we only knew each other for 4 months. And we didn't believe in that living. We didn't ever believed in people living together, anything like that. That's not our beliefs. And we wanted to be together. And so we opted to get married. We decided to get married. So there's that bottom strap anchor piece. So we got married. My mother Okay, thanks. I'll check them out. When I get closer to thinking about being able to buy one, I'll probably look at them again. I think I just looked at them to price them out to see how much I needed to figure out to, you know, buy. But yeah, so we got married after knowing, that was the craziest thing I've ever done in my life. And I've been married, we'll be married 42 years in November. We met, our first date actually was June 27th, 1984. We got engaged a month later. I know. My dad about had a heart attack. My mother just looked at me. And everybody in the family, and everybody in his family thought I had to get married, quote unquote. No, I didn't. I'll tell you that right now. It was what we wanted to do. I'm telling you all my secrets. That's the bad thing about me being on YouTube. If my dad were alive, I'm looking, you guys, I'm trying to find, I'm reading this 15 times over and I can't, there it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we need the bottom and the flap. What else? What else? What else? The flap. I got to talk about the flap. This is side gusset. Oh, I meant, oh no, you guys. Oh no. I messed up on my legs. Do you know what I did? I should have highlighted this piece. I cut the stabilizer legs instead of the real piece. What a dweeb. All right, that is heartbreaking. Do I have, let me see how much I have. That's navy, that's gray. I should be okay. I think I should have enough. If I have to use red for my base, I will. I think I'm good. Oh no, I've got plenty. I'm good. It's still heartbreaking because, well, it's a waste and this is not cheap. I mean, nothing's cheap. All right, so let's do the flap. So I want the flap stabilized. You know, I usually go through and I pull out all stabilizer pieces and set them aside. That's what I usually do. But I had to reprint my pattern pieces and I just got them all taped together right before the live. So I was again ill prepared for the video, but it is what it is. Okay, so yes, that was the craziest thing I've done in my life, which is pretty crazy considering you're 19 years old. You guys, we didn't have good jobs. I mean, I worked at what's called United Dairy Farmers. Oh no. You know what? I think, do I have a chance? I wonder, let me see. Nope, that's not working. I don't want top fans. Let me close out of this. No, nope, nope, nope. I wonder if I'm not seeing all my comments. That would be sad if I've been doing this whole time and there's people wanting to make comments and I've not been able to see it. That would be so very sad. And I'm so sorry, guys, if that's the case. Chat. Oh my gosh. All messages. Oh, I hate YouTube. Indiana. Thank you, but I missed it. Let me look real fast. Don't sell your machine. Why? I was hiding you, Lindiana. I wonder why. You're like a #1. You've got a crown and everything. I noticed Barbie had a sale on her bags. Oh, yeah. That's so funny. Some of your comments posted and some of them didn't. Ugh, that's so frustrating. And it's so frustrating because you got to remember, I feel if you're the one that's hosting it, it's bad enough that the fans have to turn on all the chat to see everybody's comments. But I think the host should not have to do that. I think I'm going to recommend that to YouTube people. You think YouTube people would listen to me? Probably not. I'm not like a influencer or anything. So, all chat is now on. I said all chat. Why does it say top fans again? I see it. Thank you. Oh gosh, I almost ripped my thing. So, flap closure. She has the flap closure. She has this gray area. Make sure we don't have anything on there. So if you're using a print that is directional, you can cut this out. That way, when you set it on your piece, you can see the direction of your print, as well as you can move it. If you want to fussy cut it, you can move it around so you can get the best look. Like what I'll do when I cut out my other sisters, I'll move it around to make sure I got the best floral position, because you know how, well, the print repeats. Sometimes there's a little gap. I don't, you know, I want it to look all, I don't want to look like there's a gap in there when I do that. So I will utilize this part when on the floral, because it does have a direction. It's not real noticeable direction, but there is a direction to it. Yeah, I seen that Barbie had, I guess she's still running her sale. I know she sold some leather this weekend, which that was yesterday. I didn't watch it, but, and I don't sew with leather. And right now I don't need to buy anything, let alone add a new thing to my world. Just make sure you don't cut this part out of the flap, or you'd be sorry. Like you cut your legs out of stabilizer instead of the real piece. We'll get back to the legs here in a second. What time is it? 8:13. You know what? If you guys want to go till 9, well, 9 o'clock here, we'll go till 9. That's 2 hours. My husband's he's thinking 3 hours, so I'll go 2 hours. How's that sound? I told him an hour and a half, and he's not expecting to see me for. I can't make him. But yeah, oh, that's what I was talking about before I got distracted. I shouldn't be talking while I cut. Normally I can just cut this stuff out like lickety split. At the show, people were asking me, well, how long does it take? That looks like an awful lot of work you've done there. I'm not really, it's not that, doesn't take me that long to make a bag. And I do them at my lunch hour and when I get off work at night. I think I sew for 3 hours a day. It's a day. I mean, I'll be not gonna lie, it's about 3 hours a day at lunchtime and when I get off work at night. As long as I don't work 12 hours that day, then I don't typically sew. But a 10-hour day, I can come down here and sew after a 10-hour day. That's nothing. But a 12-hour day, especially if it's been a rough audit. Now we've had a few of those, which one I'm getting ready to have to deal with. I had to deal with that today, so deal with letting her know what all she's got to do, and I'm crossing my fingers she understands what I asked her to do. But anyway, but yeah, so we are going to pack up what we can. I am selling almost everything I own, no lie. If I can't sell it, I'm going to donate it to the thrift store that me and my mom used to go to, Jacob's Ladder, because it supports their Jacob's Ladder. It's the consignment store that me and my mom always went to. It's an hour away from me, but I will drive up there to donate to them. So this is the flap. Now you can do a lining and this, I'm trying to determine, I think I'm going to do a lining. I'm going to do, I can't think. What I want to do is I want to do my flap, both the interior and the exterior of my flap, all the exterior color. This will be thick because it's faux real. I would not advise it if you are sewing on a domestic. I would not do it. But my machine can do it. That's why I can't get rid of it, right? I might do it, but let's get the other stuff cut out first. So I'm going to set the flap there. So again, one exterior, one lining on the flap, unless you're like me and you like to push it to the limit. So yeah, I don't know. All right, I don't want that. I'm going to actually pitch that. That's just going to mess me up. So I've got my legs again. That is an interior piece. This is an exterior piece. Let's look real quick and see if there's anything that I don't have pieces to that I need before I do anything else. I can't find my pen again. This is ridiculous. Okay. I'm going to throw this stuff in here. That goes in there. That goes in there. My washi tape, that goes there. Okay. Stabilizer. Main body liner. No. Bottom base stabilizer. So we need the bottom base. I need to recut the side gussets. I cut the top anchor. That's a lining piece. Exterior pocket liner. Exterior pocket liner. Oh, for that pocket on the back. Duh. Bottle sleeve, interior zipper pocket, flap closure, stabilizer. That's the flap closure, side zippers and okay, so we're good. So all I have left of exterior is the base and recut these. And I guess, I mean, eventually I'll be able to use this part. I'll keep these as one whole piece. You never know. You know what I might use these little things for. Who knows? All right, so let's cut these out. The base can go here. And then if I want, I'm going to cut the base. Then I'm going to cut these out. And then I will definitely, I'll have plenty to make the flap, two-sided exterior flap instead of a lining on the doing it. I like that. The reason I do that, and I like to do that when I can, is because when you turn your flap inside out and you get that fold, sometimes your lining peeks through, and I don't like it. All right. So let's get the right leg. So make sure when you cut this, you pay close attention to what you're doing. And if you're on a live, watch your comments and make sure your comments are right. Speaking about your husband, is he okay to, yes, he is. We fell in love with it, both him and I did, the first time we ever went out west. Me and my husband are, we would sit and watch John Wayne movies all the time, Clint Eastwood movies all the time. You'd think we were 80 years old. No offense to the older folks that watched a lot of the John Wayne, but that's just the way. Gunsmoke. Oh my gosh. My kids grew up on Gunsmoke. And at first he would not do it because of the kids, but as most of you probably already know, my kids do live with me. It started out as more of a help each other out, and then it just became, we were comfortable with it and we shared expenses, you know, and there was really no reason. And now that we're all going our separate ways, he said, let's go out west. This is your only chance. If you want to go out west, now's the time to do it. So now's the time to do it. Right?
I don't agree to things where I didn't hear what I'm agreeing to.
My daughter just walked in and I said, right? Oh, Lindy, you used to watch them with your grandparents? You're making me feel old, Lindiana. Watched them with your grandparents. Oh, yeah, my kids watched Gunsmoke, Have Gun Will Travel. What else was it? Paladin. Didn't care for Paladin a whole lot, but we watched that. He watched that more than I did, the Paladin. Gosh, what else was it? I can't remember all the ones we watched. And then years ago when we were out west, we made a side trip. We're such nerds. We would make a side trip to Dodge City, seriously, because we wanted to go to Dodge City, because that's where Gunsmoke, the, you know, fictional God City, shoot. I better watch my mouth here. I'm getting ready to mess my words up. The fictional Dodge City on Gunsmoke would, you know, took place there. And that's the correct side gusset. And make sure, if you look in the pattern, she's got like little divots there to cut. Make sure you cut those little divots. Just be really careful and make sure it's only what you need. Don't go too crazy, because that does get folded down when you make the bag. All right, let's set that guy here. But yeah, we made a side trip. I know it's not a side trip when you leave Colorado and you go down to Dodge City, but that's what we did. And let's see. Let me make sure if I can do this. That goes there, and that goes there. Just enough. And oh my gosh, because it's a cattle town. Is that the magnetic board brand? Wait a minute. Is that a magnetic cutting board? No, Sasha, this is, it's a regular cutting board, but this is a sheet of metal underneath it. Let me see if I can do it, because my camera's kind of sort of in it. But if you can look right here, I've got tape on it for a reason. I've cut myself. But this is a separate piece of aluminum that you get at Lowe's. It's I think it's plumbing or heating and air conditioning section. I can't remember. 15, 16 bucks. And it's all you do, you can buy the cheap magnets on, you can buy the nice ones, the glass board ones, or you can buy the cheap ones off of Amazon. And oh my gosh, it is a game changer. Because if you're familiar with Siah on Siah Swag, she finally got hers, and Susan did, and they love it. People have been telling Siah to do it for like ever, and she finally did it, and it's a game changer. I'm not gonna lie. Now, if you get heavier magnets, you can like put them on your ruler and hold your ruler still. Me and the stronger magnets, I'll tell you what, this is why I don't use stronger magnets. Hold on, I got them in here. Oh no, I don't. I had them in here. But the strong magnets attract to itself because they're so strong, and I couldn't get them apart. So I had to go to these are 80 weights. The other ones I had were like 125 or 150. Yeah, if I'll tell Cassie you said hi. She's already upstairs. She was just coming through because she had to take the dog out. If Delphina or Lindiana, if you can think of it and you know where to find it, if you don't care to find that magnetic board, I highly recommend you put tape or something on the edges if you do get one. I forgot, somebody did something else besides tape, and I can't remember what they used, because you can run the risk of almost slicing off your skin. I was cleaning under my mat and I hit the side of the board because it's very sharp, and I sliced my finger right before a live one day, and I still got a scar from it. I mean, it's going to be a scar. It's not going to like go away, but it was a pretty big gash, and there's no way I could have got stitches because it was like a flappy skin part, and it sounds gross, but there was not like anything. They couldn't have stitched it to anything. I just had to let it heal, close up on its own. But yeah, just be careful with the edges. That is my warning if you get one of those mats. All right, so we're getting this little guy, the right ones cut out. Oh my gosh. If I don't do something wrong, then it would not be me. I mean, it would be like, who are you? You cut that all out right. All right, so I'm cutting down here on this little slash, and just again, I'm really, all I'm doing is just depressing with my rotary cutter. All right, so I did say at the beginning, I will do this on a live. I am going to get a few things pre-done, like the common things, the things that you do twice of, to try to have it as prepped as much as possible. I'm not sure when I'm going to do the live because this is in the States a holiday weekend. In case you are watching and you're not in the United States, I am. So I'm going to try to think of a date and do it then. I don't know. I contemplated on doing it Saturday, quite honestly, even though that is July 4th. But I don't know. Depends. I mean, our family's doing their stuff on the 3rd. Because our church is where our church is located, the town that they're in. We're like on the top of a hill, and people congregate on top of our hill to watch the fireworks. So we let them, but we also pass out Bibles and stuff for the people who come, because we use it as a ministry. People parking at our church to watch the fireworks. So a lot of the people, half the family will be there doing that on the 4th. I don't. I'm bad. I'm just gonna say I stay home. It's just too much people too much for me. Anyways, so properly cut side gusset pieces. So again, I'm doing my flap two-tone. So I'm going to cut this out real quick, and then it's 8:30. We will go ahead and cut the lining out for this bag. I'm not going to do stabilizer online. Oh, I'm not going to do stabilizer on a live. That's very, very boring. But I do want to do this, and you could see all the pieces and everything. I think that would be nice. Let's see. Thank you so much, Delphina. I appreciate that. I knew it was, I couldn't remember if it was plumbing or heating and air conditioning. And it's Lowe's. I know people go to, is it Lowe's or Home Depot? Oh. Lowe's, okay, it's Lowe's. Yeah, specifically go to Lowe's. Don't go to Home Depot. I know you try to go to the one and it's not there. Or I don't know if it's not, they don't have it, but maybe it's harder to find. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's game changer. Game stinking changer. Okay, let's cut this other flap out, and then we'll get some lining pieces. Lining pieces, not nearly as many. And that should go a little quicker because the interior lining is really interesting. This bag is really different as on the construction of it. Really different. I will need to cut out the other one. I'll cut out the other one, of course, on my own, my other sister. I'll cut that one out. Probably get it done half the time that it took me to cut this one out. But anyway, my mind is everywhere, you guys. When I get on live, my brain just doesn't stop. My brain hasn't stopped since we decided to move anyways. And I just can't get it to shut off. And I hate that. I've looked at so many different places to live, so many different, because I can be a little flexible in where I live. And I've looked at so many different places, so many different areas, trying to figure out what's the best, where to go. I don't want to go to some place that's, I mean, I found one place that it's one of the fastest growing areas. And I'm like, I don't know if I like the area. It's got a lot of new stuff there. But I don't know if I want to be somewhere where it's growing so fast that the population in that city is doubling within 2 years. That's a lot. Or you go to the other ones where where it's not a whole lot of growth. And you kind of got to drive an hour for a Sam's or a Costco. That doesn't bother me as much. And again, it's not super growing. It's kind of out there. And since I work from home, as long as I have as long as I have very good internet, I have to have a certain speed and I have to be wired in for my job. I cannot be wireless, or I cannot do satellite. Even if it's satellites plugs in, I still can't be, my internet cannot be coming from a satellite dish. It has to be like fiber optics or something like that. It has to be very secure. Because I will tell you, I do work for a healthcare company, and we take secureness very, very seriously. Trust me on that. I was going to try to go to a cheaper internet, and it was through Verizon. And since Verizon is satellite based, I couldn't do it. I had to say, sorry on that great offer that you gave me, but I can't do it because my employer does not allow satellite internet. Even though I could plug in to the box, and it's still satellite based. And that's a no-go. Which y'all should be thankful for that. I mean, I'm not complaining, because again, it's healthcare, so we get hacked to get hacked into a lot. All right. And she has purse feet marked, so you don't have to measure in, over, and around. You've got it. And if you want to put a fifth one in the center, you can. Again, I'm going to do stitching, like a quilting stitching around the edges, and I'll just get a piece of foam and then just quilt around that. But I'm going to put a Decoville heavy, as well as I'm going to put foam too when I do it. My machine will be able to handle that because I do have an industrial, the 1341, I never say it right, you guys. It's the 1541 Juki, so it will be able to handle the extra layers. I'll be good with that. That is all the exterior. It only took me too long to do it. That's ridiculous. It should not have taken me that long to cut out an exterior of this bag. He's not gonna lie. Look, all these little scrap pieces. All right, let's do that lining real fast. Get some of these little crumbs off my table. Sorry for the shaking of the camera. Oh, I need to check some comments. Sent star. Lisa Hodges sent a star. Oh, well, thank you for a star. I appreciate that. That's exciting. I like that I can get stars or stuff like that. That's neat. All right. Now, the one thing when you're using directional lining, obviously, you do have to be careful when you cut it. It's not like you can put it any which way, however it fits. That's the only thing with directional. You've got to, you know, I feel like you do waste a lot with directional stuff. But I mean, I could go this, or I could do white with black stripes. Hold on. I just feel like my sister needs black with white stripes. But should I do the, I have both. White or black for the lining. It says the bag's got a lot of red and black in it. This stuff stinks. So what should I do for my lining? White or black? I'm gonna wait till I get a comment. The first one who comments wins. That's how we'll go. So white background or black background. And again, we're cutting, the bag is going to be red. The main part of the bag is the red quilt. The flap and the side is going to be all this black here. And I think I have all comments. I should have all my comments on, right? I'm pretty sure I got that fixed. Let's see. Oh, I hate this. I want to make sure. It says top fans in the corner, but I think that says top fans because that's where it shows a little crown. White. Tammy, thank you. We're going to white. Appreciate that. I hope I didn't cheat anybody out by double white on black. Yes, this goes in here. Whoops, we don't want that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's put it back in there. Whoop, there we go. And because this has a water bottle sleeve in it, make sure you use something if you intend to use it as a water bottle sleeve, like using something like this where it can sweat. Make sure you use something that can handle that. And this is that bonded poly, so a little wet water is not going to hurt this. And in all honesty, I had something got rained on at a show that was made out of bonded poly. It was those little travel totes from Spencer Ogg, and it got rained on and the water never went through it. So I'm not saying it will not do it at all. I'm just saying it's pretty good, resistant of water. So a water bottle will be just fine with this. Let's see. I really hope all my comments are on again. Thanks, Delphina. Where did I find it before? Oh, I lost somebody. I just lost a visitor. That's okay. Settings. Chat filter, all messages. Yes. All right. So it's all messages. I'm checking again. Make sure. Yeah, I know. I've gone too long, and it's probably really, really boring what I'm doing. All right. So interior gusset pocket. We're going to cut this on a fold, and we are going to need just one of these because this is the gusset pocket. Now, if you don't want a water bottle sleeve, you could do 2 gusset pockets, or you could just do 1 gusset pocket and no pocket on the other side. Obviously, it's completely up to you what you want to do. Now, because I'm doing this on the live, I normally would iron out those wrinkles, but since I'm doing this on the live, we're not going to worry about all of that right now. I am trying to find a good end. Here we go. So I'm going to fold this and cut this little guy out. Oh, I forgot to apologize for my loud jacket. I've got to wash. That's the only, I usually wear a little black sweater around, but it needs washed. So this is all I had on my, and since nobody sees me at work with this on, I don't think tomorrow though, in my meeting tomorrow, they might see it because I still haven't washed my little black sweater yet that I normally wear. And so on my meeting tomorrow, I'm going to have my loud jacket on. What's funny, my work background when we're in meetings, because our meetings are on Teams, and our Tuesday meetings, we have to be on camera because it's the whole team. And my background is one of my craft show booths. It is, Tammy. I love, did I show, here, I'll show you. See, I've made two. I've made one for me and one for my daughter. This is the very first one I made. And this is mine. My daughter's got hers crammed full of crap right now. I'm making two more for my sisters. One for each of my sisters as my parting gift when I move out. When I move away from the area. Because we've never been further than, what are we right now? 30 miles away from each other? 30-ish miles? We've never been any more than that away from each other. So I'm going to be the one that leaves the nest after, how old are we? 60, 61, and 63? Yeah. We are going to be the ones that leave the nest. I guess you could say, me and my husband. It's going to be crazy, honestly, when we move out there, just me and him, because the kids, either one of the kids has always been with us. And we've never been by ourselves before, except when we first got married, which Cassie was born a year after we got married. So yeah, it'll be a different, I mean, we see each other every day. I work from home and he's retired. And, so we still see each other every day, but there's always, we've always got somebody else to talk to, not just us to talk to. It's different. It's going to be different. I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be weird. Yeah, let me think. All right, I was just double checking comments, making sure I'm not missing anything. So where are we at? Main body, that's the big one. So we need just one of this, but it's a very large piece. So main body liner is, let me get my measurement because I'm gonna have to get out the big girl. And I'm gonna show you my big girl. I bought this when I was making quilts, and I think I have used it more for bag making than I have for quilts, cutting pieces for quilts. So let me go get the big girl. I call her Big Bertha. This girl was not cheap. Look at this thing. This thing is 24.5 by 12.5. Love this ruler. So big, it gets in the way of things. But if you're a quilter and you're trying to cut strips, like, you know, when you're cutting a large strip to make for piecing and stuff, I mean, I think I got this at Fat Quarter Shop. It's a Creative Grids, and I think it's I think I bought it from Fat Quarter Shop. But oh, it's scratched. But I love this ruler, and this will be what I need to cut that main body liner. Okay, so let me get this in the right direction. Make sure my lines line up properly. And I think this should be, let's see. This is actually not long enough. I thought it was going to be long enough. What? All right, so we're going to move over. And I'm going to have to do it this way. And let me think. I'm going to just do it this way. I don't like to do this. It's kind of almost wasteful, but for me, it's easier. I'm going to fold this and just cut this, the whole piece, the width that I need, and then the length, I'm just going to cut the length off of my mat because the length is so long. It's longer than my ruler. Yes, it is. Lindiana, I bought this. I've had this thing for when it first came out. So it probably costs more now than it did when I bought it. I don't think I'm going to sell it. I think that's coming with me. I think it's coming with me. All right. Oh. Oh. She's a big girl. I'm telling you guys, the value you get for this bonded poly, it at Tulip Bee, it really is a good value. It you get a lot of bags out of it, and nothing against My Handmade Space, because I like some of their bonded poly that they have, and or they have that water resistant canvas that they sell as well. And I love it, but it's smaller. You don't get as much out of it, and it's a little cheaper than this by the roll, but not by the square foot, if that makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna cut this the width. I'm gonna line it up with one of the lines to make sure it's straight, and then I will cut it down to the length. And like I say, it's kind of wasteful to do it this way, but the piece is going to be so long, there'll be, you know, a bit of a rectangle. I'm going to have to do this. So let me see here. I don't want to move this and miscut. So let me get this out of the way. I'm just going to scooch it. And I don't like to cut with my left hand, but I can cut with my left hand if I have to. I'm not ambidextrous. I am something. I'm not gonna lie. My grandma was left-handed, so, and my aunt's left-handed, so I can if I have to. But I just obviously my primary is my right hand. Okay. Yeah, my grandma was left-handed. I have an aunt that is left-handed. I think only one of my mom's family, like between her sisters and her brothers, I think only just one of my aunts was left-handed. Everyone, she had 8. I think out of 8, only one was left-handed. All right, now I'm going to cut this down the correct length, and I'm going to make it a secret, so you can't see. It's a secret. Let's see how secret I can make it, right? So I'm lining this up. I'm going to put it there. Not too much waste. I do love this roller. I think I use it sometimes just because I have it and I don't use it that often, and it costs a lot of money, so I use it. But yeah, this was one of those deals where I seen it, I wanted it, and well, gosh, I just hope I cut that the right length. I didn't. It's fine. I'll figure it out. All right. Do I have a new, let's see. Oh, my Big Bertha, yeah. So that is what the way it is it's like this. So, and then your sides go up, your gussets go like that. It's kind of interesting how she puts it together. It's pretty neat. My first Linds handmade bag was her, it's the one that's like looks like a shell that you can wear it as a backpack. I forgot what it's called. I think it's named after herself, but I forgot what it's actually called. It was made for my older sister for her 60th birthday, which was 4 years ago. She just turned 64 at the beginning of the year. Yeah. Right? 63 or 64? Let me think. She just turned 63, so it was 3 years ago. It was my first Linds handmade pattern. And I noticed she has a t-shirt on her website called Trust the Process, and it's that bag, That is a trust the process bag. I was so confused when I made it, but I did it off of the pattern, not by a tutorial. I figured it out by her pattern writing. Yes, Linds Sling. Thank you, Lindiana. Appreciate that. That was very, very interesting put together. Not gonna lie. Bottle sleeve. This is not big enough for, let's see what we can use this for. Probably for a pocket. Exterior pocket liner. I need interior pocket liner. Does this come with an interior zipper pocket? That's what I want. Let's see. So I need, what is my height? I need interior zipper pocket. Oh, this will work. This will work. And since I got this big old girl out, we're going to use it because it's out right now. And that other roller is only is not big enough, so we're just going to do it this way. Make sure, see, whoop. I didn't waste too much on this one, thank goodness, since I wasted on my legs of my bag. I'm rereading the measurements again because I keep messing up. Because I messed up on the interior lining, but it's a fixable mess. I can fix that one. That's easy. Okay. Okie nope, nope, da 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 da. I'm singing da 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 da. Is what I'm singing. Da 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 da. That's good. That's good. We're not going to be. Yeah, the lines are okay. All right, so that is one for my interior zipper pocket. I need one more for my interior zipper pocket. And then I need 2 pieces for my exterior zipper pocket because those are different, that is a different size than your interior. So let's go ahead and measure out for one more of my interior zipper pocket. What do we got? 853. We've almost got it cut out. I think we're going to make it. If y'all can stick with me, I can stick with you. Or something like that, right? I don't want to hit the camera. I'm getting ready to hit the camera. All right. I need something to drink, but I can't do that right now. Let's see. I think yeah. That's that, and that's that. There we go. So, I watched this cute little 4-part miniseries last week, in case anybody cares. It's on that Angel. It's a streaming service, Angel. I know some people have opinions. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about this cute little movie. To me, it reminds me, it's a cross between, this is my opinion, a cross between Pride and Prejudice, which is one of my, the Matthew McFadden version of Pride and Prejudice. It has to be that one. It's because it's the way he tells her he loves her, and he wholeheartedly, it's just the way he tells her he loves her. I can't explain why I think that is my all-time favorite version. I need to write down on the back that this is interior. I'm using a pencil so it doesn't soak through, doesn't see through. But anyway, it's a cross between Pride and Prejudice and, it sounds silly, but the Beauty and the Beast movie. That's what it reminds me of a little bit, because he's kind of grumpy and real kind of rough around the edges. The guy is in the show. It's called Seeking Persephone, and it's on Angel. Even if you just pay for 1 month of the show, of the channel, and then find maybe another movie to watch, It's such a cute little love story. It's like it takes places in the 1800s, early 1800s, and it's a fixed marriage, you know, that kind of a thing. And they didn't even know each other until the day they got married, is when the first time they seen each other. It's that kind of thing. But it's a cute little innocent movie. It's, you know, it's not gross. It's not, it's just a sweet, innocent movie. I really thought it was so cute. I am looking for the piece that says exterior pocket liner. So it's one piece. Exterior pocket liner is one piece. So I need to go and find me, I'm gonna go cut from this corner, because if I cut from here, I'll lose this, and I don't want to lose that. And I want to keep my lines going in the same direction, because this will be the side, it'll be folded like that, so the lines will be going that way. I want to keep my lines this way, even on the side pocket. So I have to think about this. Yes, I want my long ways to go this way. So when I fold it, I want my lines to be going this way. So I need to go the long ways this way, and does that make sense? Right? I hope I'm making sense to you guys. I don't think we have any more comments. So I need my shorter number to go this way, and I need my height, my width, height this way. Hold the phone for just a second before I get myself so darn confused. So this is, okay, so this is the shorter number. Sometimes I'm simple-minded. So this is the shorter one. And I want this, I want the lines. Okay, see? Sometimes you just got to do that. Whoops. Just hit the floor. Sometimes you just got to be simple and just do it that way. So I need, how long do I need? Will this ruler be long enough? Yes. There is that one. I need this by this. There we go, Tony. You're getting it. You're getting it. So I need, this is my line here, right here. And I want to keep, how straight do I want to keep my line? Probably pretty straight. 9. I'm going to cut out the white part of it so I can stay straight on the line. Boom, right there. And I'm going to cut away like this part here so it stays straight on that line. And I know my lines won't look like, when you look inside the pocket, the lines won't be like going like this. Try not to make it look that way. So I'm going to flip it around and cut it the right way to make sure it's all straight. Even though I landed on white on this side, I'm lining up on that line there. Well, sometimes those lines are like right on, those numbers are like right on a line, and that messes me up. I need to go out. There we go. All right. Like that. I mean, I wasted about a ½ an inch, but I just didn't want my pocket to look wavy. So it's going to go like this in my bag. It'll be like this, and then this will get folded over like that. So when you go inside the pocket, the lines will be that direction instead of like this. Right? I kind of wanted it to go this. Oh, well, it's going to be that way. I was wanting it to go this way, but I cut it. We're going with it. We're going with it. She's not going to know the difference. Only I will know the difference. It's fine. It's not going to hurt. But I need to put an EXT on here. Boom. I have sleeve. I think that's it. A sleeve, a bottle sleeve, side pockets, pocket zippers. So those are zippers. Those are zippers. So I have a bottle sleeve and that's it. Come on. We made it. 9 o'clock. Pocket, a bottle. And then again, I will cut all the interfacing separately. I'm not going to interface this with Decoville because it's quilted and it's already a nice firm piece. I will Decoville my little legs on my side, and I will put a layer of Decoville light in my flap to give it a nice sturdy flap. My flap will be a turn lock, 1.5-inch turn lock. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I need real quick a bottle sleeve. I need to make sure the lines go this way when I put it in the bag. So I got to make sure I do the right direction because that will drive me crazy, even though it's not my bag. 9 wide, 12 and a half, 9. All right, so we want to go, because this piece will get folded this way to create the top. So this needs to be that way. And then I need to go in that much, and I need to go, where's the other line? There we go. There we go. Woof! This is it, guys. We are in the final stretch. Who's still with me? I got 7 of you. What color are you doing the side? Oh, yes, Tammy, you did. Let me cut this real quick and I'll show you my pieces. We'll go over all the pieces. How's that sound? Make sure I got the right number. So there is that number there, and then that is that number there. Okay, I just got to trim just a tiny bit off the edge like that. Yeah, I'll go over the whole thing and I'll show you exactly what we got. Let me get that, tuck that away. I will clean that up tomorrow. Let me finish this off. Woof, final stretch, final stretch. Or is that, what's that song? Final countdown. Oh, oops, I better not sing. Trying to get monetized. I can't get monetized if I sing silly songs, right? They'll get me. I'll get demonetized before I get monetized. Oh my gosh. Now I will press these pieces. See how I got the creases? Lay a piece of, if you're not familiar with the Smoothie Smooth, the bonded poly, lay some Teflon, your Teflon sheet over it with the nylon down or the fabric side up. Teflon sheet over it, give it a nice little steam. Beautiful. It lays flat beautifully. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So let's get all these lining pieces out. Let's start from the beginning. So, and I'll get mine out and then I'll show you compared to mine where all these are going. Ooh. Again, I'm using pre-quilted where I quilted this myself. I'm using pre-quilted red. This will be my front and back panels is the red here. Okay. My sides right here on my side pieces here will be the black. And this is, this I got from Iris Textiles. Again, this is a pre-order, so I don't know if she has it or not. But, and I found her on Facebook. I think somebody posted something in either Barb's site or Siah's. I don't, but anyway, so this is my sides here. This black faux reel from Tulip Bee. Very nice, thick. This will be Decoville light. Will go on the back of these, of course, out of my seam allowance. So that'll be that. Now the little peekaboo will be this red pebbled faux reel. So that'll be there. I hope you guys can, I'm gonna scooch it over. I can see that you can't see it all. So let me scooch my bag. Whoop, whoop, let's do it this way. Oh, come on, we're hooked. There we go. There we go, is that better? You couldn't even see what I was doing. So there's the front. This is gonna be the side here. And then the peekaboo will be the pebbled faux reel. That'll be my peekaboo. My anchor in the back will be this black against that red quilted piece. This will be the back strap. I did not cut my zipper overlays. My zipper overlays will be black on the back, but the inside will be the red. Since my lining has got the black, I'm gonna do the zipper overlay in red for the inside. My little pieces here, right here, this will be the black faux reel. Yes, and then my flap as well is black, and my bottom's black. Now my flap, in case you weren't here, my flap will be two-sided as far as two exteriors will be the flap instead of an exterior and a lining piece. I'm gonna have it all the black exterior, but I wouldn't do that if you're using a domestic. If you've got an industrial, you should be able to. And this one I was able to hide it real well, but it's just because I like the look, the clean look of having the solid piece on the flap. And then the lining we just got done cutting, you've seen. It's the striped, it's the white with the black double stripe, Smoothie Smooth from Tulip Bee. I do use other stuff than Tulip Bee, quite honestly. It's just that it seems like whenever I grab something to do a sew or whatever, I end up grabbing Tulip Bee. My zipper will be black tape with black teeth, and of course all black hardware. This will be my back strap. I'm using 1.5 inches instead of 1 inch back strap, but I will still use a 1 inch grab handle and loop and rec ring holders. These will all be 1 inch. Where you see here on the beige here, that will still be 1 inch. This will be 1.5 inches. In her pattern, she writes it for 1 inch. That's it. That is number 1. I will later on this week cut out my other one for my other sister using, I'm so destructive. Using the neutral floral with the butterscotch Smoothie Smooth. The lining will be the neutral floral lining, Smoothie Smooth. This isn't Smoothie Smooth, Signature Smooth. With a blue zipper and the strap, we decided to be this real pretty. This will be for my other sister, which I know she'll like it. She's not flash like my other sister. I'm just gonna say it. She is not. So, guys, that's it. In a nutshell, I will let you know when I sew this up live. Again, I will have as much as I can prepped before we sew it up live, because this is not a short bag to sew. I mean, it's not quick. I'll have like the flap done, stuff like that, one side done. As much prep as I can that doesn't lose the, let me put this up. If you don't mind looking at me, because I'm going to tell you what, I look pretty rough right now. Again, I didn't have to put makeup on. I didn't have to fix my hair. I just barely fixed my hair today. And I have no makeup on. But without losing how to construct the bag, because it'll be alive, I will do as much as I can prior to. And hopefully we have fun. And I want to thank Lindsay once again for letting me do this. I greatly appreciate it that she's allowing me to do this. This is my first Linds live and or anything I do, you know, showing her bags to other people. So I appreciate her letting me do it. They don't have to let you do it. I know there are some that strictly state in their patterns, don't do it. Not like exactly like that, but pretty much. And I do read through the patterns to see if anything like that's in there before I ask. And yes, she's very nice. So I appreciate it very much. So let me put my glasses back on so I can read comments. When you get old, Delphina, thank you, Lindiana. I want to do it Saturday. If I do it Saturday, it will probably be, let me think. If I do it Saturday, let me think, because 10 o'clock is 8 o'clock your time. And I don't want, no, you're now 3 hours behind me, right? Instead of 2, because of the time change. Are you 3 now? It is currently 9:11 here. So I think you are 3 hours behind me in the summer. So that would be 7. I don't want to do that on a Saturday morning to you. And Lindiana for that matter, because you both thinking about doing it between about maybe noon or 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon my time. I might just go ahead and do it because, like I said, it'll just be me sitting here. My husband will be here, just be us. And yeah, I'm thinking so too. I'd rather do it, at least get one of them done Saturday, because I have to meet up with them anyways soon, because I need to give my sister, my younger sister I had quilts. There was like 4 quilts that I made my mom. I don't know how many bags. I got umpteen bags and quilts. I managed to get rid of everything, most everything. I kept one purse that I made my mom, which was a Harrelson belt bag. The last one I made her, I kept that one. I'm using that now because that's my last bag I gave mom. But 4 quilts that I made her. The very first quilt I made was their 50th anniversary, and that's when the very first time I made a quilt. That's when I got into quilting, was their 50th wedding anniversary back in 2001. I think, I can't remember when their 50th. They got married in 61. So what, 61, 71, 81, 91, 2011 was their 50th. So that's when I started doing any kind of sewing. So anyways, so I got that one. That's the one I'm keeping and giving to Cassie. One sister grabbed 1 quilt, and then my niece, where my mom lived, she got a small one. And then my other sister got the last quilt I made. So I gave my sisters quilts that I made my mom. They went to 2 of them. Each of my sisters got one. And I have to give my younger sister her quilt still. And she grabbed one of the purses that I made mom. She took that. I gave that to her. And she's just going to give that to my niece. Because it's not a purse that she would carry. It's Flash. It's got the red and black in it. It's this one. Where's it at? I have it. What'd I do with it? Here. So this was my mom's purse. This is a flare crossbody by Bagstock at 110 or 15%. She wanted something bigger to put her Kindle and stuff in, so I made this for her. But she had to have that red crock from Sally Tomato, because my older sister got a bag. The Misa was made with this red crock and the black, or this is the charcoal Mora is what this is. And that's what I made my sister's bag out of. And my mom seen that and absolutely fell in love with it. And so I made this for my mom. And this was the bag she actually carried around. She never got to carry her Harrelson, because I made her Harrelson for her trip to, she wanted to go to Florida. I forgot what part of Florida. It's the old part of Florida, the oldest city in Florida. I cannot think of it. My brain is just, it needs to stop. Anyway, it's when I made her the Harrelson belt bag for. And so she never got to use it because that's when she fell the last time before that happened. So anyway, so this bag is the bag that my younger sister's going to take and give to my niece. I realized I messed up on this zipper, which is fine. It's not a big deal. That's funny. I had to guesstimate on this bag. When I did this at 110%, I had to guesstimate some of the stuff. And it actually worked out pretty good. I had to guesstimate a few things. And it was guesses. So anyways, yeah. I got to give this to my sister and the quilt that I made her, and then surprise her with her new bag. So I need to get them done, is what I'm getting at. In the longest way possible, that's what I'm getting at. Guys, I'm going to go. Be on the lookout, Bolo, on my sewing of one of these bags Saturday. I don't know if it'll be the red one or the other one first. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do first, but I'll have them both cut out Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. You all have a great evening, rest of your evening, for those on the West Coast and those on the other side that's there. And Lindiana, I need to text you too, by the way. I will try to tomorrow. I'm going to text you. And anyway, so thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Delphina and Lindiana, for being my moderators. I greatly appreciate it. And everybody have a great evening. I'm going to go lay down, watch probably Harry Wild, Acorn TV with Jane Seymour. It is such a cute little crime mystery show. So I'm going to probably go watch me a Harry Wild and go to sleep. If I last through a 40-minute show, I probably won't, but we'll give it a shot. So, oh, Seeking Persephone. Never finished that thought, I don't think. Seeking Persephone on Acorn, Seeking Persephone on Angels streaming service. It's a very cute, if you want a really cute, innocent love story, that's the show for you, movie for you. It's a 4-part miniseries. Guys, good night. And I will see you probably Saturday. And I'll make sure my hair's fixed better. I'll look a lot better. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.